In today's video, we're going to be going over 4 of the main factors that make up an amazing book cover. What is going on, guys? Welcome to the channel. My name is Dane Macbeth, and if you're new here, on this channel I talk all about self-publishing books on Amazon, on entrepreneurship, and just lifestyle in general. So if that kind of thing interests you, make sure you subscribe, drop a like on the video, and hit the notification bell so you know when I post new videos. In today's video, we're going to be going over 4 of the main factors, in my opinion, that make up an amazing book cover that sells on Kindle Direct Publishing, okay? So through Amazon. So I don't want to waste any time. I'm not going to beat around the bush. Let's jump into these 4 main factors right now. So I'm going over them on my slides here on my computer, as you can see on the screen. And I'm going through 1 to 4. And I'll be showing you examples for each and making it clear what these factors are and how to contribute them to your covers, okay? So number 1 on this list, and in no particular order, it's gonna be looking at it and imagining it from all angles, okay? So when you're looking at your cover, look at it from every single angle. And what I mean by this is, does it work on the Amazon product page? Does it work on the shelf? Okay, so not only is it gonna work on the Amazon product page, so when someone's scrolling through, they're looking through a bunch of different covers, but if you do choose to distribute it to like stores and like for example, I can distribute it to like Chapters, Indigo, Barnes & Noble, I don't know, whatever bookstores you talk about, there's different platforms you can do that through with publishing. And it's not really gonna be through Amazon, but there's different separate platforms that we can use to distribute our books to physical retailers as well. So we gotta think about it from that angle, obviously, as well. Another thing is, does it look good as a tiny thumbnail? Okay, because when someone's scrolling through Amazon, like the main place where you're gonna get sales from, if you're doing Kindle Direct Publishing, it's gonna be a tiny little thumbnail compared to all the other covers. So you wanna make sure it looks good from a tiny view, big view, on the shelf, all those different angles, okay? So those are all things you have to take into consideration when it comes to your cover's design. And obviously, I'm gonna state the obvious here, does it stand out from your competitors? Because if it doesn't stand out from your competitors, chances are you're not gonna get very many people clicking on it or picking it up from the shelf and looking more into it and getting more interested in buying it. And another thing here is it different from everyone else, okay? And I know it's obvious, but I see tons and tons of people making covers that are almost identical to their competitors, and it just doesn't make sense. Obviously, you want your cover to follow the niche or keyword or whatever you're in for your book, but you want it to be a lot different from your competitors, okay? So things like your colors, your fonts, your images, all those things that make up your cover, you want them to stand out. And let's just take a look at a quick example of this so you have an idea for what I'm talking about. All I did is go into the bestsellers here on Amazon, and I'm in the knitting category. So I just found a random category. I'm gonna scroll through here, and just so to give you an idea, I found a cover earlier that stuck out to me in comparison to the other ones. I think it was pink. Yeah, so as I'm scrolling through, you can see they're all kind of just have knitting on them with like knitting stuff. I'm not really into knitting, but there's tons of knitting stuff on here. As I scroll down though, you can see there's this pink one, okay? And all the other ones you can see they're using images that are like stock images that are like real pictures of knitting. I don't know, that's fine if you like that. But in my opinion, this one right here kind of has like a, not a cartoony vibe, but more of an illustrated vibe. And it's bright, has a pink background, and it just stands out. It looks super professional compared to the other ones, and it kind of makes me want to click on it and learn more. So that's kind of what I'm talking about when talking about standing out from your competitors and making sure it looks good from all angles. So number 2 on this list is it easy on the eyes, okay? And what I mean by this is you don't want to include too many elements on your cover, okay? So things like too many letters, too many words, too many pictures, too many colors. You want to make sure you're keeping it pretty simplistic, okay? And I see lots of people making their covers and they'll put like tons of different things on it. They want it to show all the stuff that their book includes, and that's just a recipe for disaster in my opinion. So a cover that's too busy puts too much strain on your customer's brain, okay? That should be easy to remember because it rhymes, but if it's too busy, has too much going on, the customer's gonna be thinking all over the place, thinking all the different things that this book talks about. And in my opinion, if you keep it simple, then you're not gonna put too much strain on the customer's brain, and you keep things simple and they won't worry about things too much. They'll click it and they want to learn more. One thing I like to tell myself and tell people who I teach the same kind of thing is what's not on your cover is just as important as what's on your cover, okay? So you want to make your customer think, you want to run their imagination a little bit. You don't want to give them every single thing your book is about on the cover and they'll be like, okay, that's cool, I'll just scroll on. You want them to see it and see a couple things and get intrigued and click on it and want to learn more about the book, if that makes sense. So leaving some thoughts to be thought about is always a powerful thing when it comes to any kind of marketing. And obviously when it comes to our books, we're marketing them to customers and trying to get clicks so we can get sales. So it's definitely not an exception when it comes to your book. And here are 2 examples again. You got the pink one on the left, and I found a really basic one for crochet. It's kind of like knitting for beginners as well in the same niche. So you can see the one on the left is a lot more attractive, catches my attention way more. It just looked way cleaner. And you look at the other one, this other one with the purple font just screams self-published to me, in my opinion. I've seen a ton of self-published books, and you can usually tell right away, and you can see on the bottom there's like a line or like a background behind the author name. Usually that's on a self-published book with like some stock image, just one image, very basic, tons of text with a stuffed subtitle with a bunch of keywords in it, and then just one big title with one main keyword in it is crochet. So you can see the difference. The other one, I would obviously want to buy the other one way more, even though it's a little bit of a different topic. You can tell, just comparing the two, I just would not really feel intrigued to buy that purple one. Number 3 is, does it give off the correct vibe? Okay, this is very, very important. So your cover needs to stand out, and then obviously needs to stand out, get their attention, and then it needs to give the customer an idea of a few different things, okay? It needs to give them an idea of the premise of the book. So if you look at that pink one I was just looking at, it kind of has like a strong hand with a knitting needle in it. I think that book is really about coming together and being strong through knitting or something. But you can tell that cover gives you that idea. Let's go back to it real quick. You can see it has the knitting needles. It's like a world. It's like kind of like a book about peace and coming together through knitting, I guess. But it kind of gives you that impression right away, and you have an idea for what it's going to be about. Another thing, you want to make sure the cover targets the audience that it's for, okay? If I had that pink one with like a bunch of angry, heavy metal text on it, that wouldn't work very well. You can see it's got like pink, it's kind of a warming cover, it's got a nice, easy on the eyes font, and it's really suited for the demographic that it's targeting. So for the age, the gender, make sure your cover complements the demographic, age, gender that you're trying to target the book for. And finally, the tone it's written in, okay? Is it serious? Is it witty, moody, happy? Make sure your cover's design kind of represents those kind of things that your book is trying to portray to the audience, okay? And again, that pink one, it's kind of warm looking, has a nice, easy on the eyes font, and it's just kind of promoting peace and having a happy world. And that's kind of the vibe that I get from it. So it's doing a good job of that. So here's another example of a different cover that I really like. You can see it's got just a massive 3 erasers on the front, so it's obviously eye-catching. Then after that, you see the title, very simple. It says better by mistake. So obviously erasers are kind of symbolic of mistakes. So it's giving off a very good vibe right away. It's catching my attention, and it's telling me without like telling me that it's about mistakes. You can see it leads into the subtitle, which further explains what the book is about, which says the unexpected benefits of being wrong. So obviously this book is going to be about the power of being wrong and what you can learn from your mistakes. And I just think it really gives off a clean vibe, super simplistic. The 3 erasers are obviously very eye-catching, and then the title and subtitle form together really nicely, which is what I'm going to be talking about in point 4 in just a second. So number 4, like I was just saying, do the title and subtitle form a cohesive bond? And what I mean by this is your primary title and perhaps one complementary image need to be the main focal point of the cover. And looking at that eraser one we look at, this is a prime example of that. Has the primary title with the big image of 3 erasers, and that is it's very simple, but it gives you the idea of what the book is about right away, instantly. Together, this image and the title act as the hook to entice the reader in and want to learn more. And it kind of acts as a funnel almost, as you can see on the end there. I said link a funnel, it should say like a funnel. But having a very intriguing title with an intriguing image, okay, it draws the customer in. And then after that, if you can accomplish that, draw them in and hook them in, kind of funnel them in, your subtitle comes into play. And you can see with that eraser one, like I was just showing you, kind of has a big image with a big title, and then under that right away is the subtitle to further explain what the book is going to be about. Okay, so the subtitle further explains, like I just said, your book and does a job of locking them in. Okay, it makes them want to learn more, basically. So when they read that subtitle, it shouldn't tell them everything the book is about. Okay, like I said, you don't want to make your customer think too much. You want them to have some thoughts and be curious about what the book could be about. So the subtitle kind of further explains what it's about, but it doesn't tell them everything. So they click on it, they get in, they read your book description and all that kind of stuff, and then they buy. And here's my example for that. Think of the customer looking at the book options on Amazon the same way as you were like walking through a grocery store through the cereal aisle. First thing you see when you're looking at all the cereal boxes are all the colors and the designs of the cereal boxes, okay? They pop out. This is the cover design. How do they stand out from each other, okay? It kind of goes back to point number 1. Then you're gonna see the name of the cereal, okay? It's like the primary title on your book, okay? Same idea. You see the cereal title. Same idea as when you're scrolling through Amazon, a cover catches your eye and then you read the title. Finally, if that image, the attention-grabbing color and design of the box plus the title, that combo sparks your interest, then you pick up the box of cereal, you read a little bit more, you read maybe the nutrition facts, the contents, what the flavor is, all this kind of stuff. And this kind of acts as the subtitle. It draws their attention in and they go into the book description, kind of start reading it, and then they buy, okay? So think of cereal boxes and all the designs they have, all the different extravagant colors, kind of similar to the way that book covers work when you're scrolling through Amazon, okay? Two similar things, obviously way different, but it's a good analogy to put in here and give you an idea for how your book cover should be when it's on Amazon, trying to get attention, trying to get people in and purchasing your book. So hopefully you found that helpful if you're currently in the stage of like maybe creating your book cover for your book, your self-published book, whatever it may be. Those 4 things are the main factors I think that contribute to a successful book cover, okay? And obviously there's way more things. There's the obvious things that I didn't state, like your cover should have your title on it, your subtitle, and a good image that represents your book. Those are obvious things. I didn't want to put those in here. I want to make sure I had some factors in there that some people will overlook when they're making a book cover, and can kill your sales, okay? So a book cover is the first thing a person sees. Don't judge a book by its cover is not true when it comes to selling books. People look at the book and they see the cover first, they judge it, and then they go in and buy it, okay? So book covers are very important, and those 4 things are what contribute to a very successful cover in my opinion. Anyways, guys, that's it for today. If you want to learn more about self-publishing your books, creating absolutely amazing covers, and marketing your books and turning self-publishing into a full-time business, you can click the link down below and learn more about publishing and get started today, okay? So that link down below, it's completely free. You'll learn a lot more about publishing and it'll get you on the right track to starting your own publishing business, okay? So if you're interested, click the link below and I'll see you in there. But anyways, hopefully you enjoyed today's video. I like talking about covers. Covers are one of the main parts when it comes to books, so I thought I'd make a video about it. But anyways, I try to post a video every single week. Next week might be a little bit difficult for me to post a video, so I might skip next week, but we'll try our best. But anyways, hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you subscribe, drop a like on the video, and hit the notification bell so you know when I post new videos. But that's it for today, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.